Welcome back to the sanctuary of celebrity truth, the only place where we look past the blinding camera flashes to find the real human heart beating underneath the couture. You are watching Whatever You Need, and we are absolutely honored to have you here with us today. If you have been following the glittering trail of the Winds of Love premiere, you know the headlines. But tonight, we are not here to talk about box office numbers or designer dresses. We are here to talk about a moment of vulnerability so pure, it silenced a room full of cynical reporters. Before we unravel the beautiful mystery between Cemre Arda and Gökberk Yıldırım, please make sure you are subscribed to our channel. If you appreciate the depth, the detail, and the passion we put into these narratives, if you want us to keep digging where others just skim the surface, do not forget to click the join button below. Your extra support allows us to keep the lights on and the stories coming. Now let's step onto the red carpet. The night was supposed to be about cinema. It was supposed to be the crowning achievement of a professional milestone. The premiere of Winds of Love had drawn the crème de la crème of the Turkish entertainment industry to the heart of the city. The flashbulbs were popping like strobe lights in a thunderstorm, illuminating the red carpet in blinding bursts of white. In the center of this chaotic galaxy stood Cemre Arda. To say she looked beautiful would be a gross understatement. She was ethereal. Dressed in a gown that seemed to catch every photon of light, she moved with the grace of a woman who knows she has arrived, not just at a premiere, but at a peak in her life. Throughout the evening, her energy was infectious. She was laughing, joking with co-stars, and handling the press with a charismatic ease that we have come to expect from her. But those of us who have been watching her closely, and here at Whatever You Need, we always watch closely, noticed a different frequency humming beneath her cheerful exterior. There was a softness in her eyes, a kind of dreamy detachment that suggested her mind was drifting to a place far warmer than the cold glare of the media. And as the microphones were thrust forward during the press conference, that hidden emotional reservoir was about to spill over. The shift happened during the press conference before the screening. The questions were standard at first. How was the filming process? Tell us about your character. Cemre answered them with professional polish. But then, a reporter pivoted. They asked about the joy radiating from her personal life, specifically mentioning the recent birthday surprise prepared by her lover, Gökberk Yıldırım. The atmosphere in the room changed instantly. Cemre took a deep breath, and it was as if the air left her lungs, carrying all her media training with it, leaving only the raw woman behind. A wide, uncontrollable smile spread across her face, not the practiced smile of a starlet, but the shy, glowing smile of someone deeply in love. Her eyes began to sparkle, reflecting the studio lights with a sudden, glassy sheen. As she began to speak, her voice trembled. That slight quiver was the strongest evidence we could have asked for. It was the sound of a memory so precious that just touching it with words made her shake. Gökberk is a very thoughtful and kind person, she began, her voice dropping an octave, becoming intimate. She tilted her head slightly to the side, her gaze drifting away from the cameras and into the middle distance. It was as if she was transported back to that moment, completely disconnecting from the noise of the crowded room, and fully absorbing herself in her own private cinema of memories. I'll never forget that day, truly, she whispered. The corner of her lip trembled as she fought to maintain her composure, a beautiful struggle between public poise and private joy. Then came the confession that has since become the most talked about moment of the night, overshadowing even the film itself. The surprise Gökberk prepared was such a big effort. I felt so valued and loved. That feeling is indescribable, you have to experience it to understand. A sudden silence fell over the hall. Even the shutter clicks seemed to pause, as everyone held their breath, waiting for the rest of the sentence. Cemre hesitated, her eyes scanning the room but seeing only him. There are very special details about us. I can't tell you all of them, but... She trailed off, and a wave of curiosity filled the atmosphere, so thick you could cut it with a knife. But I can say this, she added, and at that precise moment, her eyes visibly filled with tears. The shine of her wet eyelashes, combined with the harsh camera flashes, created a tableau of pure emotion. Every detail Gökberk included was something he loved about me. The fact that he even noticed these things touched me deeply. I have to pause here and ask you, the whatever you need family, when was the last time you felt truly seen by a partner? Do you think modern relationships lack this kind of detailed attention? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, hitting that join button gives you access to our exclusive polls where we dissect these celebrity relationship dynamics. Cemre went on to emphasize something profound, something that separates a fleeting romance from a life partnership. What I value most in relationships is feeling seen, she said. Her words hinted at the architecture of Gökberk's surprise. It wasn't just about expensive gifts or grand, hollow gestures. It was about her. Sources indicate that the surprise included elements spanning her entire existence, from childhood photos to family albums she thought were lost, from their most honest, unposed photos together to the specific songs that soundtracked their quietest moments. That night felt like all the important moments of my life were gathered in one room, she explained, her voice thick with emotion. My family, my loved ones, my memories. They were all there. For Gökberk to think like that, to weave my history into his present, it touched me deeply. Naturally, words of such weight reignited the fires of speculation. The whispers of marriage and new beginnings began to circulate through the room like wildfire. A brave journalist finally asked the question that was on everyone's mind: was there a marriage proposal inside this grand surprise? Cemre's reaction was a masterclass in alluring ambiguity. First, she laughed, a bright, surprised sound. Then, she bowed her head shyly, hiding her face for a split second. When she looked up, there was a mischievous, yet tender spark in her eye. Let's keep that between us for now, she said softly. Although she avoided a clear yes or no, her refusal to deny it, coupled with that shy smile, screamed volumes. Could it be, the room wondered. Even though she chose not to say anything publicly, her silence spoke louder than any press release. It was the silence of a woman guarding a secret that she isn't quite ready to share with the world, perhaps because it is too precious to expose just yet. Behind the scenes, the story gets even richer. Investigations by our team here at Whatever You Need revealed that this was not a last-minute plan. Gökberk Yıldırım had been preparing this birthday surprise for weeks. He didn't just order a cake, he became a detective of her happiness. He personally reached out to people who have known Cemre for decades, her childhood friends, distant family members, assembling a special team to gather her favorite details. Gökberk's own statement regarding the event sums up his devotion: surprising her helps me connect with her even more. This wasn't about impressing her, it was about understanding her. His meticulous attention to detail proves that he listens not just to reply, but to know. Later that night, while walking the red carpet, away from the intense scrutiny of the press conference, Cemre shared smaller, yet equally meaningful nuggets of wisdom about her relationship. Supporting each other during this busy schedule is essential, she noted, acknowledging the chaotic marathon of their careers. Sometimes all you need is a shoulder to lean on, she continued, looking directly into the camera lens with a piercing sincerity. Someone who says, "I'm here," when you're exhausted. That is so valuable. Her words revealed the solid foundation of their relationship. It's not just about the highs and the premieres, it's about the exhaustion, the quiet moments, and the safety of a partner who stays when the applause stops. Cemre's sincere confessions resonated deeply across social media platforms. As soon as the premiere footage was released, thousands of comments poured in, drowning out the film reviews. "This is true love," one user wrote. "The happiness in her eyes says it all," commented another. "We're curious about the surprise, but even her expression is enough to tell us she is cherished." A short video clip showing the exact moment Cemre's eyes filled with tears became one of the most shared images of the night, trending within the hour. It wasn't the glamour that went viral, it was the vulnerability. Another striking aspect of the gala night was Cemre's confident and calm attitude regarding her future. "I have so many things to be grateful for in my life. My family, my work, my loved ones. It feels so good to feel safe," she said, emphasizing that this period was a turning point for her. At the very end of the night, when journalists commented, "We rarely see you speak with so much emotion. Today we saw a different Cemre," the beautiful actress delivered the line of the evening. "The truth is, I've always been like this, sometimes I just preferred to hide my feelings. But when you find the right person, I suppose you don't need to hide them anymore." She turned the gala night into a true declaration of love. The quiet expression on Cemre's face as she left the room, accompanied by the cheers of her fans, was the simplest yet most powerful summary of the entire event. Her dazzling red carpet dress, the lights, the applause, the camera flashes. All of it faded into the background. Above all, the sincerity of a woman with tears in her eyes spoke of a birthday surprise that surpassed all glamour. The gala night had ended, the lights were dimmed, but Cemre Arda's heartfelt confession about Gökberk Yıldırım has already been recorded in entertainment history as the most romantic surprise ever told through tears. What do you think, whatever you need, viewers? Did Gökberk pop the question? Is this the beginning of the end for their privacy, or just the start of a public fairy tale? We want to hear your theories. Please leave a like if this story touched your heart, and comment below with your congratulations for the couple. And once again, do not forget to subscribe and click that join button to become a vital part of our community. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, keep loving, keep watching, and remember, whatever you need, we've got it. Goodbye.